6 years ago, on the 25th of May 2016, I made this video, The Rise of the Greenskins, my very first Total War Warhammer video, to all of my 300 subscribers. Little did I know that this game was going to dominate my life for the next 6 years and give me a life I never knew was possible. So here's to Grimgor, where we're going to repeat this video from 6 years ago, a campaign playthrough, just the one episode though, in Immortal Empires. So here we go.
Let's give Gork a show! Get smashing!
Alright, here we are in Grimgor's Immortal Empires. He's a new man with a new start position. Let's see what it's like. Is it going to be easier than before, harder than before? I think his start before wasn't the easiest because you had to deal with Karak, who could always be a pain in the ass, and some other dwarfs around. We've got a Black Orc Big Boss we'll throw into our army. We've got a pretty good starting army. We've got some Black Orcs, Doom Divers, some 4-boy Biggins, so we got some tools to mess around with. On to our first battle. I could have auto-resolved this, but I thought it's fun to fight, and it's always good to try and get that good start and making sure there's no unnecessary losses that the auto-resolve will probably give you. Now, I want to shoot the Orc boys here with my Doom Divers, but they're going to be hidden behind some trees, so we're going to go for the Boar boys instead. And we're going to play a little defensive because we have that big ranged advantage with the Doom Divers, so no reason to rush up and just waste that advantage. Taking out a few Boar boys there. Man, these videos are weird to do. I haven't done like a campaign Let's Play for a long time. I kind of gave up on them because people don't really watch them that much. They're kind of dead nowadays. But I thought I'd do this one anyway. I don't even care if it only gets 1,000 views. It's fun to make, and as I say, a tribute to old Grimgor, the man or orc that inspired me to make my first Total War Warhammer video. And here we are today with you people watching. Absolute madness. The enemy approaches anyway. We're going to play it cool. We're going to try to minimize our casualties as much as possible. There's only really the Boar boys, the Trolls, and the Orc boys to worry about. Getting some good damage on these Boar boys. They shouldn't be too much of an issue by the time they reach us. If they reach us, we might kill them off or rout them before then. Enemy hiding in the trees fairly well. The Orc boys do approach. Try and break their charge with old Grimgor. Do the same thing with the big boss. Maybe against the Boar boys. He's not going to reach them in time. Just go for the goblins. We'll just charge them. Grimgor should stop them. There we go. Counter charge. Got to disrupt those missiles though. That's the next issue. Also got to try and get rid of those trolls because they could do a lot of damage. Bring my cav up to try and disrupt those missiles. I should have done that a little bit sooner and they would be nearly there by now, so a little bit late on that. Bring the Black Orcs over though. They'll do plenty of damage. Trying to gun down the trolls. Grimgor needs to come and take out this Lord. My big boss is getting a little bit bonked by trolls though. But we need to pressure the missiles for now. Let's get after them, get after them. Black Orcs have arrived now, so they should be able to scare off everything that's left. Get out of there, big boss. Grimgor needs to come and get this Lord. Not sure he's going to be able to get there with all the Orcs in the way. We've only got some Orc boys that have really taken any damage yet, and the big boss just a little bit. Got stuff routing though. We've got a hold of these missiles now. They'll be dead soon. So we should be pretty good, and we'll be able to roll on. Of course, we do have Kolek nearby us on the campaign map, so we've got to watch out for him. Got to be ready for him in case he comes after us. But the thing about the Grimgor campaign is that, as we've noticed before by simply looking at the map, there's not a lot of other factions around Grimgor, not legendary lords anyway. It's only Kolek that's nearby, and then there's all the kind of open space where nobody else is. One can pretty safely assume that that's because the Chaos Dwarfs are going to be filling up that space, probably later this year. And then we have to wonder how that's going to affect Grimgor's campaign. It's probably going to get a fair bit harder if there's some other tough lords around that are going to be trying to expand. And I don't really know who to expect with the Chaos Dwarfs. I don't really know anything about them from a lore perspective. If you do, if you're a lore nerd, by all means, drop who you think it could be as a legendary lord in the comments. I'll have a read. I do like to learn more of the lore as I go. And that's really been the case of the past 6 years for me, to be honest. When I started playing this game, I knew very little of Warhammer lore at all. Like, literally pretty much nothing other than that there were orcs, dwarfs, and elves and everything else in a typical fantasy setting. Didn't know anything about Grimgor as a character or anybody as a character. So I came into this as a complete noob of Warhammer Fantasy. I knew a little bit about Warhammer 40k, but nothing really about fantasy. So it's really been this game that's educated me on that. Anyway, we've won this battle, taken care of them. Didn't take too much in the way of losses. A little bit of damage on the Orc boys and Big Boss. But we're able now, should be able to roll onto this settlement. We can, nice. So we'll be able to take a first settlement on this turn. Ice Spewer. It's a close victory. It's a minor settlement, though, which I definitely cannot be asked to fight. We still don't have a way to skip minor settlement battles, unfortunately. Or, you know, play them as land battles rather than minor settlement battles. But of course, they have said they are doing something about it, but it hasn't happened yet, if you're wondering. So we're going to start off getting the growth building, trying to build up this province as quickly as we can, get our technology going, big thinking, get our skill points in the obvious places to start with. Got our big boss, got a skill point. I'm going to use him in the army, I think, so we're going to take him down the yellow line. And then it's just diplomacy left to check. Anything we can do. We can get a couple of quick deals, get a couple of non-aggression packs. We'll do this one with the Skaven. Save us any unnecessary wars until we get rid of Kolek. This one's kind of close. Maybe we'll want their territory after we take Kolek. We'll leave that for now. And I think that's about it. Let's just recruit some boys, actually. We want some more units. 4 slots. We'll get 3 boys and 1 arrows. That'll do. And then I think that is it. We're going to move on to this settlement next. Blizzard Peak. Let's go. Just so you know, I'm going to edit out the turn timer so you don't have to watch the turn timer. But also do realize it's not 3 seconds long as it just appeared there. Unfortunately, it does take about maybe 30 seconds for a turn timer. At least at first until some factions die off. Then it gets a little bit quicker. Now, I think this guy might be the leader of this faction. So in theory, if we bonk Ardra full of teeth on the head, we should be able to get Confederation. Which will save us a little bit of work in taking this province. We do need a few more units, though. 1 more archers, a few more boys. That's the only units we've really got to recruit at the moment. Technology, we're going to do the growth first, go bigger. And then a skill point for Grimgor. We'll get it on his yellow line. We want to beef him up. Although I do want to put some red line buffs for orcs, so we'll get that too. Alright, they've stayed put this turn. We shall go and besiege them. Oh, valiant defeat. Apparently they have a giant. Okay. Well, that's good, because hopefully, usually when the AI thinks it's going to win a battle, it'll sally out to fight you. So hopefully on this next turn, they will come out and fight us, and we can have a land battle instead of a goddamn minor settlement battle. Let's find out. And nope, they didn't come out to get us. But no bother. We can keep besieging them and just wear them down. We could get a Pyrrhic victory now, but we'll lose all of our orc boys, which is not ideal. So we're not going to do that. We'll keep besieging, I think. As there is a little army just over here, and there's a good chance that this will come over to support them, and then maybe they'll sally out, and that'll give us our land battle. We'll try for that. I'd much rather auto-resolve and just wear them down, or have them sally out and fight me than fight a goddamn minor settlement battle. Hey, they came to get us. The little army has indeed come over to help reinforce them, and that's given them the confidence to come after us. Still a Pyrrhic victory, but we're going to fight. I've got a nice little defensible position here, as I do have the ranged advantage, although it looks like they're not coming to get me, even though they are attacking me. They do look very cool in black, though. The Tusked Sons black orcs, or like, you know, not black orcs, but black clothed orcs, do look very cool. I imagine they're waiting for their reinforcements, though. That's why they're not coming after us. So I think if we just wait this out, they should come and get us. And here they come. Reinforcements arrive. Do they move? Yes. Looks like they're making their moves now. Nice. That means we can make use of our ranged advantage with our Doom Divers and stay in our nice little, almost choke pointy, defensible position. And I generally don't like playing more defensive, but because I've got a Doom Diver and I've got an artillery, I feel like I should. Like, I find it hard to not try to take advantage of every little advantage I have, such as the tactical strategist in my brain, but it's not very greenskins, of course, but hey-ho. I don't honestly normally bring artillery in my armies, kind of for that reason, so I, A, don't sit back and play defensively, and B, because I enjoy swarming with numbers and using the tactics that come with that strategy. For now, though, until I get some better units that I can put in my army, I'll hold on to the Doom Diver. Eventually, I'll probably put it in a second army, make like a Gobbo second army or something, and give it to them, and then just make Grimgor's army full of orcs, maybe some trolls and monsters, bit of cavalry as well. Nice. Back to the battle. I'm trying to wear down their orc boys, as they are the most dangerous thing in this army, besides the giant, but of course, Doom Divers, not great for shooting at giants. Here comes some flying Gobbos, and they completely missed their target, but luckily, there's some other targets behind that they've managed to hit. That'll do. Better than missing, I suppose. But hey, if you want something done right, do it yourself. Let's try firing one of these Gobbos. I think I did this in the first episode. I feel like I did anyway. It's been a while since I've done this. Let's see if we can fly this Gobbo. Oh, come on. Hit something. I wanted the Orc boys, really, but Gobbo archers will do. Nice. Killed at least one Gobbo with my Gobbo. Totally worth it. Honestly, I'm not really sure how much damage this Doom Diver is doing. It's taking off like half health of one unit, but not going to be that useful here, I don't think. We're going to have to try and bunch them up in the crowd and then try and flank them. That's my plan anyway. I want to draw as much of them as I can into this little middle section with all my orc boys. Going to gun down that giant. Going to move my missiles over to be ready to deal with the giant. I want to get 3 units firing on him. Got my cav over here. I'll engage some cav in the trees. There are some gobbo spears, but they're not too much of a worry. Let's get some charges going then. Grimgor, stay out the way for now, Grimgor. We want to use him to try and crump their lord's head off. Got this little flanking party of orcs hidden here. We'll bring them round. Hopefully they can get some attacked in the rear penalties going and break some of this stuff nice and quick. Grimgor, go. We'll drop your next on the enemy lord, take away his melee defense, and hopefully Grimgor can crump him quick. Most of the front lines engaging now. Got our big boss as well. Let's get the flanking moving. This unit beating their cav. It was only a crappy bunch of gobbo riders. Let's get after these missiles. Need to start disrupting them. They've got quite a lot of missiles actually. 6 or 7 units. Let's get our missiles shooting the giant. 3 units. Go, go, go. Giant light in armor. So those gobbo archers should do pretty good work on him. Our 3 flanking units are coming. Of course, there's one little random half-dead unit getting in the way. We'll try to move around them. At least 1 unit, because otherwise they could slow us down and make it difficult to get to their missiles, and their missiles will have more time firing, and that could be dangerous. So we want to really stop them firing as quickly as possible. Our cav's coming in to do that now. The big boss, he's holding the giant in place, but he's not having a good time, so we'll get him out of there. Have some boys hold that there. The giant should be dead soon. We got it down to half health. Here comes our flanking party. Go, go, go. Get after those missiles. Want to try and flank these frontline units as well. Break their leadership nice and quick. We've got a war to use. Drop that. That'll be nice. Sweet. We should have this one in the bag. Grimgor is indeed crumping their lord swiftly. Jolly good. Missiles are no longer firing. Let's get the flank on the front line, and then that should be a GG. Let's see if we can make use of our Doom Diver here. This is where they can really shine, firing into clumps of troops. Get our missiles up. As you can see, we're just breaking through, starting to flank everything now, surround everything. This is the kind of Greenskins playstyle I love, just enveloping everybody, swarming them, even though we're doing it to Greenskins, but they had a lot of gobbos, so they didn't really stand much chance against all my orc boys. They're wavering away. Grimgor's crumped their lord. They've got another lord, though, apparently. Let's go and jump on him. You're next. Quite literally, because we killed the other lord, so you're next, buddy. And it's just a matter of time now. The white flags start a-raising, and there's the victory. Nice. As I mentioned, the leader of this Greenskins faction was in this battle, so we should be able to get the Confederation now. And there we go. The battle's in the bag. This campaign is on very hard, by the way. I forgot to say that. Very hard campaign difficulty, hard battle difficulty. That's normally my go-to preferred difficulties. We did indeed get the Confederation. Of course, we are going to do that. I don't know how much territory they have. We've taken that settlement now, Blizzard Peak. Go big as done. We got our first province secured. Gained a couple of little random armies. Let's get Grimgor in there, replenishing. Let's get rid of this army. Don't really need anything that's there. And this one, also nothing greatly of use. We'll get rid of all of that. Save the money, of course. Nice. Oh, we got another settlement as well. Granite spikes. Very nice. Don't really need this building, though, I don't think. We'll put something else. We've got one over here, right? Yeah, we got one there. That's going up to tier 4. This one will only go to tier 3, so let's just get rid of that. Don't really need it so close. Cool, we're just going to chill out now, replenish, build up the settlements a little bit. Next technology, we'll have go faster so that we get a little more movement range. And then we got some skill points to use for old Grimgor and the Black Hawk Big Boss. We'll make him a little bit tougher. We want him to be tanky. I want to use his auras and abilities to support the troops. Grimgor, let's give buffs to the orcs with da boys, but also let's buff up Grimgor with choppers. More weapon strength for Grimgor, always nice. Got a commandment as well. Let's get the growth and control, probably most useful here. We need the control, and of course growth is useful for these early stages. Onwards. So that's kind of been the start of the campaign, taking the first province and a little extra. Not been too hard, so not a super hard start for Grimgor, it seems. Now, though, we turn our attention to Kolek Sun Eater. We're going to use our big boss to just have a scout, try and find out where he is. This is his settlement, or at least his starting settlement. Seems to be the only one he has at the moment, though, and I'm not sure where his big army is. I'm sure Kolek himself is somewhere. He's not in the settlement, but we'll have to keep an eye out. Ideally, we want to try and take out the army first and then maybe take his settlement. Otherwise, we might lose like half of our army taking the settlement, and then he'll come along with his full stack and he'll dunk on us because he's got a full stack and we're half dead. So we got to be careful. Got to play it smart. Just recruit a few extra units. We still don't have any more units to recruit yet Could do with some big uns and things like that, but they should come soon once we get the upgrades going. Let's get the money in this place. I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to take the rest. It's owned by some ogres. Gorger Rock and Eagle Iris, something like that. But I think maybe a wise plan here would be to give that settlement to those ogres, because then it gives us like this kind of protection and this like wall of protection from the south, so we don't have to worry about anything down here if we can make friends with these ogres and have them in theory keep us safe, because there's other ogres further south, but usually we seem pretty friendly with ogres, so should be okay. For now though, let's try and find out where the hell Kolek is. So Kolek has made himself known this turn. Here he is, moving towards one of my settlements, interestingly, although we're not at war with him, so he doesn't have any reason to be in my lands. And I could tell him to leave, but for now I think this might just be the opportunity. So we could come and take his settlement, but then he's probably going to come and take ours, so that might not be the best move. We may just be best off going and trying to take him out with our 10 million orc boys. And that actually sounds like the perfect way to end this video, a fight with Kolek. Let's go after that, I reckon that sounds good. What better way to end a video than with Kolek versus Grimgor. Now, I've got some building upgrades going. Should be able to get some new units soon. I could get this to get trolls, which I do like the sound of, so let's do that. Do like a good troll. That'll give our army a little bit more versatility. The trolls are a bit faster. We can use them kind of like cavalry for flanking and stuff like that, and for getting behind front lines. Let's go over and stand toe-to-toe with Kolek. We're going to go and get him. We'll wait and see what he does this turn. He's on force march right now. What does he have in his army? He's got some marauders, got a bunch of doggos, some trolls, some dragon ogres. Nothing too crazy. That sounds doable. Chaos marauders and doggos, not too difficult to deal with. I need to bring my Black Orc Big Boss back. We'll bring him this way. And maybe I wanted to bring him the other way. It depends where Kolek goes, really. If I can get my Big Boss back in my army before the fight, that would be ideal. Let's find out what Kolek does. Here we go. So he's moved next to my settlement, which puts him in range of me, so it's on. Kolek versus Grimgor. We can get our big boss back as well. Nice. Let's move Grimgor up first. Put the big boss in. Hopefully we'll still have the movement range. Why can I not select him? My army's full. Let's get rid of some Arab boys, I think. Bring in the big boss. Nice. Let's do it, Kolek. We're coming for you, boy. Declare the war. Oh, he's got an ally. He's got that little Norscan faction as his ally. Interesting, okay. Are they his vassal? They are, okay. So once we've taken care of Kolek, we're going to have to deal with them too. But for now, that's not the pressing issue. This army looks like an issue, actually. It's got the Summoners of Rage, 2 units of Dragon Ogres, 2 Trolls, and a Hell Cannon. Oh, we've got our Garrison army because he stood near our settlement. Okay, that helps. Without that, I think we might not have been able to do this. So that's very lucky that Kolek decided to stand in a stupid place. What is this map? It's like half in the dark. What? The moonlight's shining on half of it, and then the rest is just in complete darkness. I guess it's these mountains creating a shadow, but it looks kind of silly. Although this looks incredible, by all means. Look at that. Take that in for a second. That's this year's Christmas card sorted. But yeah, back to this weird map. It's like half and half. It's very strange. There's a lot of weird lighting stuff in this game at the moment. Something that still needs a bit of work, I think. This might be one of the examples. I don't know. What do you reckon? To me, it looks really jarring to have half black, half white map. It's very strange. Look at them. They're completely in the dark. Maybe like the Skaven have an advantage fighting in the dark, but I think everybody else would probably prefer to be able to see what they're doing. Okay, this is... not sure what to do in this one. This is a bit of an awkward spot. I definitely don't want to go down to them and fight them in the dark, so... We'll try and bring them up to the hill, and we can have the high ground advantage. We'll try and get a little bit of damage done with our Doom Diver as well. Let's see what they want to do, whether they want to come to us. I hope they do, because I don't want to fight in the dark, essentially. It must be the mountains, right? It must be like the light source is the moon, and then the mountains are actually blocking it, even though it's not really the shape of the mountains. Things are kind of glowing in the dark as well. It's a bit strange. Got our Doom Diver going off, though. There's old Kolek himself, the big lad, in the dark, from what we can see of him. And, oh, they do have the Hell Cannon. I forgot about that. That's probably going to make them sit there, so they may not come to us, and we'll just have a shootout for a while, of which we may well come off worse on. Especially as they're shooting at my goddamn Black Orcs. Fall back, lads. Fall back. Okay. I don't really want to race down the hill to get them. I think maybe if we fall back, we should be able to hide behind the brow of the hill. We've got a pretty big hill on our side, so that is an advantage. Let's try falling back. Because if the Hell Cannon can't see us, the Hell Cannon can't shoot us. So let's see if that works. See if the brow of the hill will save us. Looks like they are moving forward now. So I think it might have worked. I do have some reinforcements coming from the garrison, so those will be here shortly. Let's start moving to get a little flank, though. Do need to get after that Hell Cannon and try to get rid of it before it uses too much of its ammo on us. Because once they can see us again, they will start firing on us. You can see we're pretty well hidden from here. They can't see us at all until they get a little bit higher up the hill at least. Our Doom Divers firing away, but not really sure it's doing a bunch of damage to anything yet. Try and just damage what I can in the crowds. Pull these back. The Hell Cannon's firing at them. It missed though. Try and get everybody behind the brow of the hill. Force them to come to us. 17 seconds on our reinforcements. They could be useful for flanking. Doom Divers flying into the dark. Who knows if they're hitting anything? We can't even see anything now because we've moved too far behind the hill. What an awkward goddamn battle. The light should really be over most of the map. This would be a good map if it wasn't for that. Alright, reinforcements arriving. Let's try and get them up here as quickly as we can. Come, come, come. Faster, faster, faster. We'll try to position them for a big flank. Some doggos coming up to us. Get some shots on them. Not too worried about these doggos. As we saw, most of the army was doggos and marauders, who are both very low tier, so not too much to worry about there. Plenty of orc boys to get rid of them nice and quick. Come on, you lot. Oh, we do have some wolf riders. Those will be very useful for getting after the Hell Cannon, actually. So let's try and get them over here. We can try and sneak them through behind to get that Hell Cannon. Broken one of the doggos. Just need to break the other one. Black Orcs and Cav. Keeping them back here. Just keeping them alive for now. Those could be very useful later on. More doggos coming over here. We should be able to get a hold of them, though, before they get into any of our missiles or anything like that. Here comes the reinforcements. Enemies very slowly coming up the hill. We're taking some Hell Cannon fire, though. You can just about see some of our units, I guess, or these doggos are allowing them to see them anyway. Let's try and sneak this cab through if we can. Through here. Hopefully the doggos don't attack them, and we can just get after that Hell Cannon. It's isolated now because the rest of the army has moved forward, so the Hell Cannon's all by itself. Let's just get rid of all the doggos, take away their mobility, and then we just need to focus on getting rid of the Dragon Ogres, because they're the danger. And of course Kolek himself, those Summoners of Rage especially. Let's try and shoot the Summoners of Rage. 2 units, make it 3 on them. Get some Orc boys into them. Hopefully they'll be able to take him out. Let's get Grimgor after Kolek. We're going in for it, 1-on-1. Orc on Dragon Ogre. We'll use your next when we get there and take away his melee defense as much as we can. Some of these trolls coming in though, they're a bit of a worry. Wolf Riders nearly at the Hell Cannon. Yes, yes, get rid of that. Getting some good damage on these summoners. Grimgor just about to engage Kolek. You're next. Come here, you bastard. Nice, that should be... Well, he should get some good damage on him. I doubt he'll kill him right quick, but you never know. Missiles still going. Okay, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. It's hard to tell. Still worried about the Dragon Ogres and Trolls. Here comes the flanking party. Let's go. Quicker, quicker. We've got a war to use. Drop that. We've got a hold of the Hell Cannon. They should take care of that, no problem. It's used just over half its ammo, so it's used a fair bit, but we should save a lot of damage if we can take that out. Oh, Black Orcs. Forgot about them. They're just chilling back. They're good for the late game, though. They'll stay alive pretty well with their Immortals banner. Grimgor's got a lot of damage done to Kolek. He's down to half health. Let's get the flanking on these. Break that leadership. We're looking good. There we go. Broke the Summoners of Rage. Now we just got to take these Dragon Ogres. Focus fire them. Doom Diver doesn't have a lot great to shoot at. Maybe those. Flanking party. Hurry up. Hurry up. Little gobbo legs struggling to get up the hills. A couple of doggos here we're breaking. Nice. We're looking good. We got rid of that Hell Cannon completely. Perfect. Now let's come... try and get some flanking here, or maybe get this caster actually. Let's get rid of him. Okay, we're looking good. This was a bit frantic. I got a little bit worried there, to be honest, once that Hell Cannon started damaging us, but we're okay. Just got to mop up the remainder of the tough stuff. These Dragon Ogres. Kolek is still intact, only just. He's just below half health. We'll get the Black Orcs on him. Get Grimgor after him as well. The Summoners of Rage should reappear, but they're not too dangerous. They're pretty dead. Get them Black Orcs. Got these Boar Boys as well. Let's bring them around for a bit of a flank, or maybe get those Trolls, make sure they don't return. Oh, well, we got some breaking in the center. Luckily, we've got all these boys coming. Come. Deal with these goddamn doggos. Got to beat down these dragon ogres. Beat down these remaining marauders. Oh, our missiles are getting all engaged now because our boys broke on the front line. Fall back. I mean, I'm not too fussed if I lose goblin archers, as they're likely to be replaced soon anyway by Arab boys. Oh, we've broken this side. We've broken Kolek, and we got the victory. Nice. There we go. Kolek defeated. Grimgor victorious. I wanted to try and chase Kolek and get him killed, but turns out he's just as fast as my orc boys, so they were never going to catch him. Silly me. So there we go. The perfect way to end this episode. Bonking Kolek on the head. His army's still in pretty good condition, though. His trolls and dragon ogres... Oh, no, he died. I just saw him die. Was he on force march? He moved like 5 feet. Why was he on force march? Alright, well, Kolek's completely dead along with his entire army, so that leaves his last settlement there for the taking. We'll have a little replenish, and we'll go and do that before they build up an army. Nice. So there we go. Grimgor Ironhide, Episode 1, and probably only. I don't intend to continue this campaign unless it gets like 1 million views, then maybe I will, but probably won't. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Here's to Grimgor. I'll see you in the future.